NCAA softball history with 1,707 wins. She is the winningest coach in Michigan athletics history, and she has led Michigan to 22 Big Ten titles, and then obviously the 2005 national championship. So please welcome Carol Hutchins.
Can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Gosh, I want to thank everybody for coming out. The media turnout is fantastic. I'm certain that you're going to enjoy interviewing Bonnie Thole, who will be more diplomatic, kinder, gentler, and less direct and to the point. Bonnie's family, who's all here, as they should be, and some of our players on Team 46, some of the players that I consider my loves and my family for life. For you to come out today, it's a great honor, and I know I've made you cry in my office many times, and you might make me cry. And I know I Harbaugh to know, but we have Ohio State in the house, because Kelly Kovac Shanley, who is the head coach at Ohio State, but is a Michigan softball All-American and alum, drove up today, because no matter what, I know there's a place in her heart that's always blue. So thank you for coming. And before I begin, I want to publicly take this time to publicly congratulate Bonnie Thole on being the next head coach, the 4th head coach in Michigan softball history. And she's been my right-hand wing woman for 28 years. And Leah read you a list of accomplishments that are only to be shared because of her and her architecture of this program and her love from the minute she walked on this campus as a freshman in 1988. I know she knew that she was going to be the next head coach, and she's been after my job for a long time. But I don't have my job, I don't have my career without Bonnie. And she's going to be an amazing head coach. I've been watching her flourish. She was the only person that knew about this before it became, bigger. And she's flourishing in this role. She's going to do a great job. And I want to leave her with my most prized coaching tool, which is my lineup board. And this lineup board I've had for many, many years. It is state-of-the-art technology, and it's magnetic so that we can figure out who's going to play. And I have always affectionately referred to this as my Ouija board. Ouija board, Ouija board. How are we going to win today? And I'm not going to lie, it's been wrong a couple times. But hopefully you will accept it, and I know you'll put it where it belongs, where it's belonged for a while. So, I got a few thank yous. I'll tell you this. 40 years ago this week, I came to Ann Arbor as the assistant coach for $3,000. I just finished my master's degree, and my mother said to me, "When are you going to get a real job?" And I said, it'll work out. It'll always work out. I wasn't worried. And then in 2005, when I was being carted into the national championship press conference, I was able to call my mom on the way. She was unable to attend. And the first thing she said to me, was, "You haven't been wearing your sunscreen, have you?" And the next thing she said was, "This has really worked out." And it really has. I'm going to start by thanking Bob DeCarolis, who's the man who hired me and gave me this lifetime opportunity, and I'm forever indebted to him. And honestly, he's always had a place in my life. Don Canham is the man who hired me, and I'm forever grateful to him. And the people I got to watch when I was a young coach who would actually come over from a place somewhere in East Lansing, and two of the people that taught me the most about what it meant to be a Michigan man, Bo Schembechler and Lloyd Carr, and they inspired me over the years, and they taught me what that meant, and that's what it means to be a Michigan woman. Those are the same qualities and values that we value in the women. So I'm appreciative to them. And to every member of every Michigan softball support team. And I talk about strength and conditioning and athletic medicine and the academic support, our travel office, our field crew, our event management, our development, marketing, athletic council, media relations, facilities operations, our sport program administration. You know, you can go on and on. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but our success is a reflection of everybody holding the high standards that we expect in all of our programs for Michigan greatness. And to all 9 athletic directors I've served, to Ward, to Lisa Savory, to Bitsy Ritt, and to Phyllis Oker, who is our original, women's athletic director, their support and their commitment to me and to this program has ultimately just allowed our student athletes to flourish here at Michigan and to move to the great heights that you've seen many of us reach. And most important to me will always be the people who I've had the opportunity to lead, to mentor, and to help grow up. Because all of us in coaching, we're just in the people business. And I'm honored to have been your coach. You've all impacted me well beyond what I could impact you. Because wearing the Block M is the highest honor and privilege in the world for all of you and for me. And the core tenets of Michigan softball have always been that only this year 21 women in the world wear the maize and blue and walk on that softball field. That every decision you make and every decision I make is how does it affect your team? And our job is ultimately to leave this program and leave this world better than you found it. And that culture that's been created and sustained since 1978 has been built by every woman who's walked on the field. And I will always consider that our greatest achievement. So I came here as a girl with potential, and I leave a woman with no limits. That's my wish for every woman who walks on the field. So I'm full of love, I'm full of gratitude, I'm full of humility, but mostly love for all things maize and blue. And I go back to my mom, Ivy, who I think of often. She was so proud of me. She told me once, well, I was proud of Carol before she was famous. But she says, Carol, you're the luckiest person I know. And I can tell you that today, I'm the luckiest person I know. So thank you for everything, Michigan. I'll bleed blue forever. Go blue.
Go blue. Coach,
a couple questions.
Coach, your reaction to the softball world's reaction of you retiring. What's it been like?
Well, I just told Juwan I want my own T-shirt that says "Shock the World." The outpouring of love is part of our community. It's what makes softball, I think, one of the greatest professions in the world to be a softball coach. We are a tight-knit group, and as I've told them all, I'm not going far. I have a lot of passion, and I leave here with my passion intact, and my passions are just going to be redirected a little bit.
You touched on it, but the difference now, not only in women's softball, but women's athletics, but from the time that you arrived here to now.
Did you see the pictures of the field before we ever started? And I consider myself a Title IX boomer, and I have evolved with that. I've evolved in this time here at Michigan, where there was athletics and there was women's athletics, and now there's athletics. And my career has definitely been based on, there's been a fight certainly along the way, but now we find that the world understands that women matter, that if sports and athletics are valuable for men, they're equally as valuable for young women. And we see how we're thriving in that atmosphere. And Michigan, when I came here, was a little behind that 8 ball, and now we are living up to our famous mantra, the leaders and the best, and that's the way it should be.
How did you decide now? You were good the team was good last year, you presumably could keep going as long as you wanted. How did you decide?
I can tell you that I had a number of people say, well, I just thought you were going to coach forever. And I said, so did I. It's a process that you go through, and honestly, there's not really a moment that you decide. You go through different processes, and the only way I've ever made any decisions, I have to go back to my simple core value, is what is best for this program. and that's how I'll leave it.
Coach, you mentioned that you're not going far, but what are you most looking forward to now that you're going to be retiring?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to resting a little bit. It's been quite a summer, and spending more time with my family. You know, there's a lot of sacrifices that people have no idea unless they walk in our shoes. Whether it's Jawan, Sean, Kim, Hannah, Bev, they have no idea what we do every day for our student athletes, and the time and the commitment. And I think the sacrifices you make, and you make with family, you make with friends, and rightfully so, but at some point, I'm looking forward to making up for some of those sacrifices and, you know, and just enjoying. The one thing I look forward to do is watching games at Alumni Field and wherever I choose to sit. I haven't decided yet. And the one thing everybody wants to do after the game is ask the head coach, why'd you do that? So I'm looking forward to the next chapter for Bonnie, for Team 46, for Michigan softball, and for me.
Hutch, can you describe how the team reacted when you met with them last week?
I don't know if I can describe that. You know, I met with the seniors first. I told them I hope that someday they can understand that I'm giving them the greatest honor because I'm entrusting them with this program. I think so highly of the senior class and the character of women that are in the program right now, and they're all what it's supposed to be, which is Michigan. They're here for Michigan. They're great Michigan women, and that is an honor. And I want them to know I love them, and I'm not leaving because I don't want to coach them. I'm not leaving for that reason, but this is a new era, and they're part of it, and they will be great, and they'll flourish under Bonnie. The system is probably going to be somewhat different, but I can tell you the values won't change much. So I think they reacted with a lot of love, and I hope they know I'm always here for them. Every person I've ever coached is one of my people. Anything else?
And you said you won't go far. Will you be present in the building much? And you mentioned Bonnie being with you for 28 years on the staff. What really equips her in your mind for this job, this undertaking?
Well, probably first thing that comes to mind is she's been doing a lot of these duties for a while anyway. And she has the ability, she has the passion, she has the knowledge, and she has the depth of character that it takes. And she's ready. She's been flourishing since the minute she knew. She never knew it was hers until Ward Manuel interviewed her and spoke with her, but she's going to flourish, and she's ready. And I don't remember what your other question was.
Will you keep an office in the building? Will you be,
Absolutely not.
Will you be second guessing the head coach?
Absolutely not. Everything I told her, we've been chatting a lot about some of the things that she's busy right now. Everything I ever tell her now is just a suggestion. You know, I'm here to be helpful. My goal is to be behind the scenes to take things off the plate where it's appropriate. But I think the most important thing is she needs to take Team 46 and she needs to get to work. So we need to get through this. Anybody else?
Any thoughts of having a broader or bigger role when it comes to softball in general or intercollegiate athletics at this stage of its development?
I told you I have a lot of passion that has not changed at all. And I do believe that I'd like to be of value to the world of athletics. I want to be of value to the Michigan Athletic Department. And I have a lot. I have a lot to say. And I have a lot to do. Anyway, thank you so much. Go Blue.